Good morning, shots fired. This is the VK all over again. Despite me saying yesterday that World at War was my last run on somewhat short notice, we had to search for replacements and I volunteered with my signature run of Modern Warfare 2, so the timer starts as I gain control of the character, which happens in 3, 2, 1, now. First of all, it's gonna complete the training course. Nothing hard in this. Absolutely simple, absolutely auto-scroller, no way to speed it up.
You've got to pick your targets by aiming deliberately down your sights from a stable stance. Private Allen.
Yeah, aim down the sights.
Crouch first, then aim down your sight at the targets. That's all there is to it. You want your targets to go down, you gotta aim down your sights. Now if your target is behind light cover, remember
then light cover, then grenades, and then the pit run.
Private here will demonstrate. Last but not least, you need to know how to toss a frag grenade.
It's pretty simple to toss a grenade that way so it hits all the targets, but no one has been able to toss a grenade in a position that makes it only take down one target. I've tried it a lot of times and still haven't been able to figure out how. Yeah, this guy's dialogue is long. It's not language dependent because he speaks Farsi anyways. Aye, let's go to the pit. Switch the weapons right now so we could skip some of Dunn's dialogue lines. We're gonna need pistol in our hand. Switching to a rifle. Sidearm again. And that's it. Skip 2 lines. We're gonna be using pistols and SMGs for the most of the run. Oh yeah, let's go. "18 targets is enough to pass the course, so that's exactly how much we are going to do." Nope, one more. Accidental shot. Good enough. 24.5. Recruit difficulty, of course. I have a veteran speedrun of Modern Warfare 2, but our usual 80% is recruit, of course. Loading up. Loading up. Loading up. Please donate so I could buy myself an SSD and make the load times quicker. Hey, so the first part of the level is auto-scroller, so we're not going to do much here. Gonna pull off the noob tube and aim here, because we're gonna need to take down the guys arriving in the vehicle, but it doesn't happen now, so let me just talk a little bit about movement. We're gonna be strafe jumping for the entire course of the game. The strafe jumping is pretty simple. It hails from the Quake 3 roots of Call of Duty engine. Call of Duty engine, at least until Ghosts, is basically the Quake 3 engine, but without infinite bunny hopping, we've got strafe jumping. So we just go forward, then strafe, rotate the mouse, press sprint. Those guys are going to arrive now. Press sprint, jump, and turn the mouse so we go forward instead of going sideways. That way we go to up to twice the usual speed. Very good jumpers go twice the usual speed. I usually go 1.5 to 1.75 times, because I'm much better at shooting than at jumping. We can hear the bridge constructing. I'll just have to wait for those guys to clear this space. And we get inside the hammer. Ceasefire.
Hey, Dave, which one is it? Is it the one on the left or the right? The one on the left. Hey, isn't this danger close for the task force? Since when does Shepard care about danger close? Breaking away.
Copy, Hunter 2. All Hunter 2 victors, keep an eye out for
Nothing happens until we reach the school. Just enjoy the dusty view.
Stay frosty.
I got nothing, dude. This place is dead.
Overlord, Hunter 2-1. We're passing Tunnel Harvey. Cross Street Elizabeth. Roger that, Hunter 2-1. Proceed with caution.
For some reason the old Mercedes are indestructible, like the old Fiats or whatever the hell the green vehicles are.
Watch those alleys.
Maybe even Russian Nivas,
3-foot mobiles. Balcony 12 o'clock.
although Niva is pretty much indestructible as well in the real life.
Negative. They're just watching us.
Gotta be careful not to shoot those guys accidentally. Toyota Hilux also destructible. At least the unloaded ones. But if you load it with TVs or touch a hood, they become indestructible. TV power! Okay, finally getting into the action sequence. Doesn't matter if we shoot those guys or not. If you look closely, you might notice that the minigun is firing in a circle. So just like in the real life, only one barrel is firing at a time, but in the real life it's always the top one, and here it's 1 out of 6. Gotta be careful with this car, because if it explodes in your face, it kills you. You have to replay the level from the school part. Impossible to shoot that guy. Always get crushed. And now we go. Now we go forward. Gotta take the MP5 from the guy. It's very useful. Much better than your usual M9 standard issue pistol. Use the tube grenade. Skip those guys. We can go now. And that's it. Now we just gotta run to the finish. A little bit more dialogue skips here. Gonna skip all of Shepard's dialogue. Taking his own chopper and stuff by doing this. Simple. Okay, now cliffhanger. You can start moving as soon as the screen turns white, but it's way too dangerous. So I'll... crap. Yeah, this happens. Sometimes. Still not that good at alpinism. So what we're going to do here is press F, walk to this glacier and stand up. And we can bypass McTavish and climb up on our own. If you don't press F, you don't get to climb, because your ice climbers, your pickaxes won't be primed for you to climb, to use them. Alternatively, you can just press 1 or 2 to select the weapons, because they count as a weapon. Now a little bit of magic. We left Soap behind, and well, here he is. Jump straight away. We can skip the clinging, hanging onto your pickaxe stuff. Makes you slide down a little quicker. Unskippable on Veteran, by the way, you have to cling on them, because otherwise you will fall. But on Recruits, you will always... or the game will always automatically make you cling on them at the last second. Skip those guys. Never. McTavish clear them out.
Target on your right. Tango on your 6. This is easier when you don't go out there.
Yeah, sure, it is.
Target on your right. Target on your right. This is not coming. Stay out of sight.
Okay, now that was dangerous. That was very dangerous. Sometimes those guys don't come too close. You can just run past them, but this time we had to clear them out.
Get there ASAP.
Unlucky.
Took a scenic bit, right? Let's go.
Unlike in Modern Warfare 1, we can't stand in front of McTavish, so he pushes us through the door first. Kill this guy, so we skip the McTavish killing him animation sequence.
And look for the ACS module.
That way the ACS will become active as soon as we enter the room, and not when McTavish finishes killing the guy.
I'm being compromised.
Stand on the
Hold your fire.
crates. Easier to jump down from there. Waiting. Waiting. When the animation starts, we can start spamming left mouse button and jump at the same time. So we'll always kill one of the guys on the right, the first one or the second one from the right, so you can always run past them. Now we just need to get to the snowmobiles. Switch to the ACR. And we go. We can start pressing F as soon as the snowmobile tips, because when it tips, that's the sign that it's going to become active and we can grab it. There's a somewhat shorter route through the trees, but I'm not that good at navigating trees, so we're just going to go casual. Won't save a second or two, but much less risk. Knowing how lucky I am, judging from my yesterday World at War on how lucky I am, it's better to go safe strats. Just like old times. Okay, now the no Russian mission, we're going to skip it, because who needs to play no Russian?
The rest of Task Force 141 brought in the ACS.
It's, yeah, skip it. It's my usual donation goal. Did war to play or not to play? That's the question. And I never play it on stream, because on stream I use the Russian version, where you don't even get the loading for it. You just skip straight to takedown, instead of loading up no Russian and skipping no Russian. He's got a Desert Eagle. Count the shots. 4, 5, 6, 7, and a lot more. Get ready with the accusations. We're going to shoot this guy through the hotel. No, that's a miss. There we go. There we go. Now just pick the shotgun and run straight to the end of the level. Easy. Oh crap. This happens every now and then. Gotta be careful with the civilians. The enemies can shoot them, but I for some reason can't. Although that would be a lot easier to play if I could just clear the road from them as well as from the enemies. Okay, and we turn away from the scene of prize falling, because it has a slow-mo, and that way we skip the slow-mo. And we're on to the Act 2. Wolverines. Meet James Ramirez, the go-to boy for your any task, from getting you a bottle of soda to liberating the White House. Okay, let's go. Out from the BDR. Forget the air support. We'll have our own when we get the Predator laptop. Now this mission features somewhat inconsistent but a very big skip that lets you skip 2 enemy waves attacking from the trucks and go straight to the Predator laptop. Now what we're going to need to do is get to the rooftop as fast as we can, not killing anyone, because there's a buffer limit for enemies on the map, and the guys behind me do not despawn, because there are still my friendly bots coming there, and they will attempt to kill them. Need to get to the police car first, because it's a checkpoint. After that we go to the rooftop. We're gonna have to grab an M14. There we go. Now we gotta kill all those guys. so none of them entered the rooftop. Wow. Okay, we can go down now. And we got the skip. Good. Now we gotta get to the diner before any enemies spawn inside. 'Cause if I'm too slow with getting out from the roof, enemies will spawn here and I'll have to clear them out. Got the laptop. 1 rocket for 2 BTRs. Good. And now we have to go all the way to Burger Town. Well, this one ain't that simple. Come on, there was no one here. How much more? Come on. Hey, they're moving him already. Those are remnants from the street. Reload everything we have, of course, and now we're going to take the position at the gas station, because there are 3 points the enemy waves will spawn at the map. There at the diner, here at the gas station, there at the taco joint, and at the bank. And the 2 positions that are very good for shooting with predators are both the bank and the taco joint. As you can see, there's a rooftop, and in here enemies will spawn inside. There's no way to snipe down with the predator that way. Okay, there they go. Ideally, 1 rocket is enough for the whole wave. Don't know if that worked. Probably didn't, since the bank guys don't spawn.
Good kills, Hunter 2-1, good kills. +5 confirmed kills. Nice work, Hunter 2-1.
Okay, now the bank guys spawn. Now another wave of guys from taco joint will come. At least should come. And the last rocket hits when the predator gets destroyed, so it's a little bit of a luck move. Didn't kill everyone, but we cleared them out pretty heavily, so it should be easy to finish off the rest of them. Now the only thing that's left is shooting the helicopters. Come on, how much more are left? Yeah, there they come. We're gonna use a stinger for one of the helicopters, and I'm gonna show off a little bit and use a noob tube to snipe the other helicopter. Hey, it's close enough already. Nope, that's a miss. There we go. There we go. Attaboy. Now another wave of bad guys will spawn. It's a very good wave, so we killed a lot of them with a single noob tube grenade.
helicopter loaded for bear approaching your
And
area.
there's another helicopter coming. We need to aim really low, because the rocket always has to hit the tail of the helicopter, has to fly beneath it, then turn around and hit the tail. And if we aim it too high, it will miss. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Nice. And that's the end of the level. Now we just need to wait for the convoy and board it.
The convoy is here. Everyone on me. We're getting the hell out of here. Let's go. Let's go.
Kill some bad guys, because I love killing. Otherwise I wouldn't be speedrunning FPS games.
Over here. Move. Hunter 2-1, this is Overlord. Give me a sit rep, over. Overlord, Hunter 2-1. Be advised. Precious cargo is secure. Repeat. Precious cargo is secure. We're off the money. Overlord copies all. Good job. Out. Squad, we still got 2,000 cities in Arcadia. If you got a family there, it's your lucky day. We're gonna go save their lives.
Okay, and now the Hornet's Nest. One of the hardest levels in the entire speedrun because it's filled with bad guys to the top. And it's very tight, which means a lot of attempts at melee hitting me. Melee hits are the most dangerous weapons in this game, because it can one-shot, two-shot you. If you took a little bit of damage from firearms before that, it will always, almost always at least, one-shot you. So I need to be very careful here. What further makes the level hard is the fact that I will have no saves here. Unless I wait in the corner, specifically to save the game. What is that guy's doing here? Come on. Great. Yeah, we have to play it from scratch. Hey, we got it. We got it. Second try. A little bit of skipping animations here. When the door opens, we'll have to jump on it. Ah, come on! What the hell? Skip the climbing animation. And now I have to skip the hanging on animation by jumping somewhere else entirely. Now we have to also avoid pressing jump, because if you jump, the game will automatically make you jump to the rooftop regardless of the direction you were looking into. And we just have to run for it. No weapons, no nothing. Right, so the good time to reach helicopter is above 15 seconds left. Got 15.9, which is very good. My personal record is living at 17 seconds left on the clock. But I think that's unrepeatable because it was pure luck there. Now the most boring mission of the entire run, Exodus, is it consists of running and waiting 50-50. Gotta run to the end of the level, and after that we have to wait for our bots to run to the end of the level. There's only one other level that does this, which is Whiskey Hotel, but at least Whiskey Hotel is hard to run. This one, not so much. Come on! Didn't I put enough lead into this thing? Crap. Anyhow, let's keep running. Skip those guys. I'm still not sure if killing those guys makes the game progress any quicker. Probably doesn't, because Foley is too far away to even get to those guys before they despawn.
Your team is to divert to 4677 Brook Near Road after you have eliminated the delay. Check back with me when you've completed your main objective. Overlord out. Everyone move on! Nice work, Hunter 2-1. Thanks for the assist. Fire mission received. Artillery inbound. Coordinates confirmed. Firing.
Snipe the anti-aircraft guns, and it might be a good idea to get back to the house, because the enemies inside the house do not despawn. We have to kill them manually. Otherwise they will slow down the progress of my friendly bots, who will hide in corners and wait. Then, only then, engage the enemy.
Your objective is to extract a high-value individual from a panic room on the second floor of that house.
Now we wait.
You. Challenge is Ice Pick. Countersign is Phoenix. Get him out of there. Report back to Overlord. Shepard out.
You heard the man. 4677 Brookmere Road.
Oh, there it is. There he goes. At least he's running now. If we get inside the house before he gets there, he'll switch to walking, because he has to walk inside the house. And that will add another 2 minutes to this too long level. It's way too long for its action. Now nothing, absolutely nothing, will happen between this point and the beginning of the only easy day was yesterday. The actual beginning, when we killed the guy on the watch. So, if the chat has any questions, now's the time to ask them.
Ice pick. Something's not right here. Check the panic room. Boom. No sign of forced entry. Ramirez, get that briefcase. What's left of it?
Sarge, check out these tags.
Good enough.
Not your average trooper, huh?
Good enough.
Get a couple of photos for G2 and check the bodies for inside. Shepard's not gonna like this. The HVI is dead.
Yes, a lot. For example, you can't allow yourself to skip enemies. You have to clear them out, because otherwise they will kill you. They've got much more punch on the higher difficulties. I'm not only talking veteran, even regular makes them punch real hard. Yeah, I know everything about the story. Fire away. Or do you just want me to recite the whole lore of Modern Warfare series?
USS Dallas deploying Team 2. RV at the objective. Hotel 6, depth 20 meters.
Yes, a lot of people on the Earth. Nikolai does, of course. Then, nothing is known about Frost, because he's not in the diamond mine when it collapses. Only Truck Grinch and Sandman are there. Frost is not part of this operation. Then nothing is known about Ramirez, because his last appearance is at the White House and nothing is known about him afterwards. The Russian president survives, of course. We extracted him. Nope, Yuri dies. He gets shot by Makarov while saving your life as a price. Okay, now there's a little trick to clearing out the rooms on the Unleashed Day, which is if we switch weapons quickly, the slow-mo will shake down and the game will return to its normal pace. Saves about 5 seconds each time, because slow-mo is approximately 20% of your normal speed. Okay, now we gotta find ourselves a good gun. At least. Vector, nothing better. Really? Sad. You got C4?
Get to an elevated position. We'll ambush them when they discover the bodies. There's the patrol. Hold your fire until they're closer. We're going to set up an ambush. Get to an elevated position and wait. Control, this is Hotel 6. Our cover is blown.
Okay, now this is gonna be a pretty intense run. From here to the last door.
Copy that. We're working on it. Split up. We can flank through these hallways. Your team needs to secure that location before we can send in reinforcements to handle the SAM site. Over. Let's go. Those hostages aren't gonna
Come on, give me the P90. Thank you.
CENTCOM needs us to take the top deck ASAP so we can send in the Marines. Move. Firing missile. Enemy is popping smoke. Hotel 6, be advised. Hostages have been confirmed at your location along with possible explosives. Over.
Come on, didn't I kill this guy? I totally killed this guy.
Hotel 6, hostages from lower decks are being extracted by Team 2. Proceed to the top deck ASAP to secure the rest. Over. Copy that. Intel still indicates hostages and possible explosives on the top deck. Enemy Halo! Tight cover! Copy that. We're working on it. Split up. We can flank through these hallways. The team needs to secure that location before we can send in reinforcements to handle the SAM site. Over. Let's go. Those hostages.
Those guys love to get staggered instead of getting killed, which is very bad for me.
CENTCOM needs us to take the top deck ASAP so they can send in the Marines. Hotel 6, be advised. Hostages have been confirmed at your location along with possible explosives. Over. All teams be advised. These guys are gonna step up. They're using thermal optics to see through the smoke. Move. Copy that. All teams check your fire. Don't know what's behind these doors.
Come on! Don't tell me this guy's the only one. Huh? Who the hell is still alive there? Finally. That was long. Usually you just have to kill. I hate the FAMAS.
These guys, step up. They're getting thermal optics to see through the smoke. Move. Copy that. All teams check your fire. Don't know what's behind
One of his worst weapons to do a breach with. Because triple shot.
Clear. Room clear.
Okay, finally. That was a long, easy day.
I repeat, all hostages secured. Proceeding to LZ Bravo. Over.
Good job, Hotel 6. Marine reinforcements are inserting now to dismantle the SAM sites. Get your team ready for phase 2 of the operation. Out. Punisher, all flights in vicinity of grid 255202. Local airspace is secure. I repeat, local airspace is secure. Proceed on course to target area along
The Russian terrorists would need Rojas to supply them ammo because he supplies American ammo. He somehow steals from the American military the ammo that CIA uses. Or not CIA. Well, since the guy, the Paul, whatever, is a CIA agent, they need the ammo to be CIA, so the traces would lead to American military.
One flight of 2 F-15s, 4 harms for the section. Stand by for SEAD. Over. Solid copy, Jester. Go get 'em. Good tone, good tone. Fox 3, Fox 3. Good kill, good kill. Hornet 2-1, you're cleared all the way in. Good luck. Out. Hornet 2-1 copies. 2-2 copies all. 2-3, solid copy. Two going in hot. Roger. Guns, guns, guns. Guns, guns, guns. 2-2-2-1, gun effect on target. All snipers, this is McTavish. Stand by.
A little bit of helicopters in my life.
All snipers, clear to engage. Shift right. Shifting.
If we're careful enough, we can snipe 2 or 3 guys while flying to the next tower. But we have to aim way more left side of them.
See 4 hostiles on the next tower.
Because although it's not the stupidity that was in Modern Warfare 1, when you have to aim
Shepard, get those fighters to cease fire immediately. That was
a lot more right or left side, depends on where the enemy is running to. Even if you're 5 meters away from him,
I thought they were the good guys.
this is way more realistic in that regard. Way much better made, honestly. 'Cause I don't really like running Modern Warfare 1, in part because of the shooting system. The fact that you have to aim where the enemy is going to be and not where he is, even if you're very close to him. We totally have to clear the courtyard, because otherwise it will be our friendly bots who do it. And the bots always do it very slowly. Yes, we do reload skipping here. A lot of it. Although M4 is not one of the... It's not among the best guns to reload skip.
Cell clear. All right, I'm patched in. I'm tracking your progress on the security cameras. Copy that.
You have the location for prisoner 627?
Negative, but I've got a searchlight tracking hostiles on your floor. That should make your job easier.
Roger that. Stay
Let's
sharp.
take ourselves some of that OP booty
Ghost, we've had
with
security
UMP.
door. Get it open.
I'm working on it. This hardware is ancient.
Ghost, you opened the wrong door.
Roger, stand by. Got it.
Let's go.
Put normal in the open. Over. Cover me. Copy that. Cell 4D is clear. Cell's clear. Boom.
Talk to me, Ghost. He's deserted.
Got it. Pressure 627's been transferred to the east wing. Head through the armory in the center. That's the fastest way there.
Roger that. Squad, head for the
Okay,
armory down there.
let's choose some. I don't know, something.
Bad news, mate. I'm tracking 3. No 4.
This should be a Glock 18 here.
Too exposed.
Oh, give it to me. Give it to me. Hell yeah. That's good. Now, the first grenade comes through that door because a lot of enemies spawn there, and that virtually skips the whole first wave of them.
Be advised.
Next one is gonna go there as well, because some guys from the second wave spawned there as well, but not that much. Here they are.
Almost there.
Take ourselves an AMP.
Auxiliary circuit.
And we go.
Recommend you bypass the lower floors by repelling out
Main
that
thing
window.
is to press the rope, because when we do, the enemies despawn.
The camera feed in solitary confinement is dead. The power must be down in that section. Over that. Squad.
Now this little trick right here is the flash skipping, because the flashbang stun always overrides the concussion from other places, like landmines or this ship strike right here. Based on that, 2 very small skips, only skipping parts of seconds here, work. Here and on loose ends. The landmine strike. Ah, come on! What was this guy even doing there behind me?
Roach, find the breaching charge in the wall. We're taking a shortcut.
You'll have to breach the wall to get in.
Roach, find the breaching
Have to absolutely wait for the objectives update here, because if we don't, we have a good chance of soft locking the game. Because the cutscene with Price. Come on! Why can they charge and I can't?
You'll have to breach the wall to get in.
Shit.
Roach, find the breaching charge in the
So
wall.
the cutscene won't load, and the rest of the level won't load, and we'll just fall through the floor. Finally!
Don't attack them head on. Move quickly and hit them from the side.
I've detected 2 heat signatures. One of them should be prisoner 627.
Drop it.
So, place? This belongs to you, sir. Who's so?
What the hell kind of name is Soap? So at this point we just go to the dining room and wait.
Get
again.
Out of there now.
Because, well, those guys should run to the helicopter, then run back again, then swear a little bit about helicopter not seeing us and not dropping the spy rig. By the way, this place right here makes you put your guns away for some reason. I don't know why. My spider sense says there can be some sort of a skip, but I haven't been able to figure it out yet. But I don't know, something should be there to make it go at least a little bit quicker.
Do so, do it fast! Let's go! Let's go! Move on! Go, go!
Yay! Finally. Now another action-packed level. The unclear routes that mainly consist of me trying to get a good weapon for myself of their own accord. So we start off with running to the building.
This evac site's getting hit hard, and we need to buy him some time.
All sides. The LZ is under heavy fire. Uncover enemy positions and engage potential targets. They got optics on us. Snipers, RPG teams, and heavy arms fire. All floors. 12 o'clock, 2 west of our position. Negative 2-1 actual. All available air units are currently tasked with multiple casevacs along the Potomac. Proceed west to the target building to provide support. Out.
You gotta be careful with those guys. If we don't kill them, they can kill us.
Overlord, this is 2-1 actual. Be advised, we're inside and proceeding to the upper floor. Roger.
Little skip.
Combat Team 1 has already sealed off an LAV to provide suppression. Over.
Come on, this guy
Copies all.
totally had a good weapon. Not Nikki, but come on, he had a striker. Give me a striker.
Overlord, this is 102-1 actual.
Asshole game.
To the mezzanine. Tell the LAV from PCT-1 to hold their fire. Over. Copy that, 2-1. Good hunting. Hostile suppressed in section 2 Echo. Roger that, 2-1. Hunter 2-1, be advised. Hostiles on the southwest corner of the 5th floor are hammering the evac site. Over. Overlord, we're on the 5th floor. Proceeding to the southwest corner. Solid copy, Overlord. We are Oscar Mike to the 5th floor. Out. I got movement. Enemy fire team eliminated in section 4 Charlie. Copy that, 2-1. All Hunter units. I have a visual on the enemy's crow's nest at the southwest corner. Move forward and clear it out.
Notes. So now we have to place some landmines, so when the attacking wave approaches us,
The evac site at the Washington
some of them will get blown up, the landmines.
still vulnerable.
After that, we can proceed with sniping.
We're sitting on a stockpile of enemy munitions. We'll dig in and burn through the Out.
All call signs on this net. This is the Washington Monument evac site. We're holding our own.
That's all of them. Let's reload the weapon. Get ourselves a javelin. We're gonna need it.
Converging on your position. Stay frosty.
Enemies are gonna spawn right now.
Hunter 2-1, recommend you clear out of there. I see a mass of foot mobiles converging on your position.
Okay, it should be clear. Now we just need to shoot some BTRs with the javelin. Sometimes you have to make 3 hits, sometimes you have to make 4. I have no idea what's the reason for me having to shoot 4 rockets and kill 4 vehicles instead of 3, but it happens. Sometimes it's just...
1, you bought the evac site. Valuable time. Well done. Now get your ass to the
Sometimes
safe
it's
factory.
safer
Things
to
are
just
being
aim
overrun.
the javelin for the 4th time, preemptively. And if you don't need to kill the 4th vehicle, that means you lost about 3 seconds. If you have to, it means you've saved about 3 seconds. Good enough trade for me. Then risking those 3 seconds and going away after the 3rd vehicle, then realizing that you need to kill the 4th one. Coming back, aiming, shooting again. That's a big time loss usually.
Negative 2-1. They're still pinned down by infantry and light armor from the World War II memorial. Doesn't look good from here. Over.
Copy, Overlord. We'll do what we can from the air. Out.
We don't need to kill anyone with the machine gun at this level.
Proceed with second stage evacuation. Litter urgent
Just
personnel.
ride the heli.
Overlord! Jacka 2-2 is hit, going down. Atlas 2-3, 2-4, and 2-5 are all the way. Ground units at LZ-4. Fall back now. Overlord to all units. Evacuation order April. I repeat, evacuation order April. Everyone get the hell out of there. Overlord! We're hit but still in the air. We've got a massive sound battle here at the Department of Justice. We're going in. Take us up! If we're going down, we're taking those slam sites with us.
How many COD games do I run? All of them except Call of Duty 2, because it's long and we've got another guy in the community that runs Call of Duty 2. So he's the master of the game and I don't wanna run the game I am not going to be the best at. Then no Call of Duty 3 because it's console only. And I despise console FPS games, really. Then no anything after Ghosts. Because while I could run Advanced Warfare, I don't really want to. And anything past Advanced Warfare is just too much for my PC to handle, so please donate so I could buy myself a new graphics card. Also stream Call of Duty at 60 FPS, but that's history. Okay, so, contingency. One of the most random levels to speedrun, because it can go very smoothly. Finish in 5 minutes, without any softlocks. It could softlock easily. Or, if you want to go safe struts, guaranteed without softlock, you'll have to spend around 7 minutes on the level instead of a 5-minute run. So I'm gonna try and make it a 5-minute, but it's uneasy. So what we're gonna do is wait for the Price, for our Captain Price to catch up with us, because he is the reason the game softlocks. If he's not out of the woods when we get to the submarine base, the game will softlock. If he is, we might have a shot at this. So, to make Price go as quickly as he can, we'll have to silently pass the bridge. Well, dispose of the first patrol quickly, and then kill the guys in the bridge jeep real quickly. And we have to do forest silently. Have to dispatch all of the patrols without triggering an alarm, because otherwise everyone plus a little bit more will come to our ass and Price will take cover and kill them one by one, which is long, even if we help him. So what else we gotta do is bypass the guys approaching by the road without killing any of them. Because that way less... yes, thank you, less enemies will spawn at the submarine base itself. Let's reload, wait for just a little bit. Let Price catch up with us. Okay, this should be good. This should be good. Now we have to fire the Predator missile so that it hits both the helicopter and the BTR, which we handled. Now just have to reach the tower and snipe people, because the less enemies on the base are, the more chance that Price will stop to shoot them, and we need Price to reach the submarine as quickly as he can. I want to keep the RPG, because we're going to snipe some trucks with it. Like this. What? What? Why did it hit the second truck? I was aiming for the first one. Now exactly where they stop, I aimed at the place it stops. What the hell? That was weird. Okay, so where Price is? Price should be close. I hope. Yeah, there he is. Very good. That's a good run. That's a 5:30, maybe 5:40, because we stopped to wait, but it went alright. And now we go the opposite direction. We get as far as we can from the tower, because that way we'll skip all of Ghost's dialogue. Game knows that we're far away, we can't hear Ghosts, so it decides, why even play the dialogue? Just skip it. Predator is already down, which means the countdown is active. Price is already working, and at this point we just wait for the missile launch. Enjoy the view! That was good. It's not a personal best pace, unfortunately, because the big mistake on Hornet's Nest cost me at least a minute, plus a little bit more smaller mistakes and deaths. The personal best pace would be for contingency to finish below an hour. The world record basis for contingency to finish below the 55-minute mark. What? What's happening with the chat? How's Britney Spears related to all this? You guys are confusing.
Copy that, ISS. Video feed from Cyclone is clear.
I mean, I would understand this if I had song requests and someone requested Britney Spears, but I don't. Not right now, at least. I stream with song requests, but this is a marathon. Gotta have some class.
Houston, stand by. We may have a problem here.
Yeah, this isn't a cutscene. I can shake my head. Looks really weird when we've got a lot of field of view, like at 100, and it becomes to look so weird. Okay, let's go. Boom. So yeah, if we run with our noob tube out instead of the rifle out, we get more move speed. For some reason. And that's basically the reason I'm trying to get as much of P90s and shotguns as I can. They're much quicker to run with than assault rifles.
It's over. Come on. We still have a war to fight.
I once managed to soft lock this mission, trying to find more dialogue skips. Because when the guy runs out from here and starts speaking with Foley, if you throw a flashbang at them, like you did with General Shepard at the beginning, the game will soft lock. It won't finish the dialogue and it won't trigger the next door opening, that door opening. There's no way you can get past that door, legally at least. So we wait.
Colonel Marshall's assembling a task force at Whiskey Hotel. You guys need to keep heading north. So where are you going then? Tell everyone else. Get to Whiskey Hotel. Go!
You heard the man. Let's go.
Wait, isn't Paris filled with cafes and restaurants? I thought it is. I mean, they all buy their clothes at fashion shows. They don't use cars, they just walk around. You're gonna need this one. Very useful thing. And skip the rest of them. Let's go.
Escamite, let's go. Watch for movement.
Okay, so once in a while, once in a like 100 runs, Corporal Down will despawn and Foley will show up solo. Doesn't save any time at all,
That's just for tourists. This must be the real thing.
because
Open it up.
when Dunn does this, I still can't go through the door. The gap is too small.
Real or not, man, this place
And when he does this, either he is present or not, I can go as soon as the door opens. Now, Whiskey Hotel. There is a very risky strat on Whiskey Hotel, which is only used on individual levels, because the cost of failure is way too high. It involves throwing a flashbang at Foley. So that way Foley will get staggered in the beginning of the level, and when we need him to appear at the door in the Oval office, he will teleport there instead of going there on foot. And therefore, he will get to the door. Well, how much it takes for the grenade? Not this door, but the next door. He will get there much quicker than he usually does. Saves about 30 to 40 seconds of waiting for him. But the thing is, if you do not, if you're not lucky, if Foley did not get staggered, it might increase the time for him to get to this door, to open it, or it might lock him there in place, and he will never teleport to you. He will just stand there and wait for something, for a miracle. Then that means replay the level. Noob. So there he comes, very slowly. It's all random actually. My gold was when he got there very quickly for some reason. I haven't been able to figure out how or why or repeat it, but it happened. And my life split is the only confirmation for this. Thank you, thank you. The game is being good so far. Well, good enough at least. I am making the estimate. We only got 20 minutes of playtime left.
I know we're gonna burn it down when we get there.
When the time is right, Corporal. When the time is right.
Snipers in position.
Strike team go. Engage Mecca up on site.
Roger that. Solid copy.
Let's go. Let's go.
Throwing the flash up. Nope. The skip didn't work. We're still stunned. Just at least jump up.
We got 2 trucks leaving the target building. Roger. Firing javelin. Danger close.
When we breach the door, we become invulnerable all the time, so sometimes it can be used to save your own ass.
Moving vehicles have been used.
And when you breach the door, the game automatically refills your rifle.
Spotted marker off.
So unless you're completely empty,
Decoys over.
you always breach with a full rifle. with a full magazine. Come on! What was he doing there? There was no one alive there. What the hell?
Firing javelin. Danger close. 2 away. Moving vehicles to be neutralized. Be advised, we have not, I repeat, we have not spotted Makarov, and no one else has left the house. Those trucks may have been decoys. Over. Top 4 clear. Roger that. Top 4 clear.
What the hell are you doing here, dude? You're blocking my way.
Let's go, let's go. Target at 9 o'clock. Roger, I have a target. Clear.
This right here is the only slow-mo in the game that cannot be overridden by anything. Not flash, not switching the weapons, nothing.
All clear.
Okay, we're clear.
Group on me.
Scarecrow, photographs.
Roger that.
Shepard, this is
Let's
Ghost.
plant some mines.
Makarov. I repeat, no sign of Makarov. Captain Price, any luck in Afghanistan?
Plenty. At least 50 hide guns here, but no sign of Makarov. Perhaps our intel was off.
And guys in the chat, just like always, I've got the good tradition of letting the chat choose the weapons for this mission. This level has everything except Chaitak Intervention and USP-45.
Makarov will have nowhere to run.
Everything else imaginable is present, so make up your mind and text the chat.
Shepard out.
Roach, get on Makarov's computer and start the transfer. Ozone, you're on rear security. I've got the front. Go.
On my way.
There's also a cache there, another cache on the other doorway.
I'm gonna
So
stop
there's
the guy over there.
there's a lot of weapons here.
Into their comms.
Here,
We're going silent for a few
and has 1887,
up there in
mini Uzi,
Price out.
Glock,
There's an armory
everything.
in the basement. Better stock up while you can.
Okay, TAR 21.
Keep us from leaving when it's in
There it is.
We need to protect the DSM until the transfer's done. Use the weapon
Shoddy.
cache at the south
1887. No, that's a good one.
Let's go.
That's a good choice. I
am
like it.
on additional hostile forces moving in your position.
Let's plant the rest of the mines.
East of the house. They're moving in through the solar panels, east of the house. Roger. I'll try to cut them off as they come to the trees. Use your claymores if you have them. Plant them around the trail east of the house. RPG team approaching from the west. Solid copy. RPG team approaching from the west. Enemy fast attack choppers coming in from the northwest. I'm in position. Roger that. Enemy helos approaching from the northwest. He's down. Gotta cover the front lawn. I'm moving to the main windows. I need someone to mine and cover the driveway approach. Roach, use your claymores on the driveway and pull back to the house. Tango down.
Fortunately, there's no way to pick Akimbo 1887s for that cool Terminator reload animation, so we'll just have to stay with this.
RPG team moving in from the southwest. Got it. RPG team moving in from the southwest. They're dropping in more troops west of the house. They must be by the boathouse. Cover the west approach. Got one. We got 240s and RPGs in the dining room window, plus L-86 machine guns. Roger that. Use them to cut them down as they come out of the tree line.
Okay, what else do we have? Lot of requests for Desert Eagle. Let's take it.
moving in from the east. Hostile
Whoops.
neutralized.
No, no, no. I'm not blowing up today. I had enough deaths.
Strike team, be advised, we've got enemy helos approaching from the northwest and southeast. Enemy choppers in 15 seconds. Roger that. 15
Hello
seconds.
there.
I'm displacing. You're
General
gonna be without
Kenobi.
sniper support for 30 seconds. Stand by.
This guy's still alive. He took like 3 shots. Okay, what else? What else? Lock, TMP, Cal 50, Vector, Tar, Eagle, Vector. I don't know. Let's take a TMP. It's got much more ammo than its multiplayer counterpart.
Got one. What the hell was that? Be advised, you have a large concentration of hostiles moving in from the southeast. They just breached the perimeter. I'll try to thin them out before they get too close.
This one's
Recommend
down.
you switch to scope weapons. Over. That's one down. Roger that. Everyone cover the field to the southeast. Move! I got eyes on. Here they come. They're in the field to the southeast. Got one.
Eagle's almost out.
Hostile neutralized. Tango down. Dropped it.
Gotta go.
The transfer's complete. I'll cover the main approach while you get a DSM. Move! This is Shepard. We're almost at the LZ. What's your status? Over. We're on our way to the
Prepare your Bible thumps, boys. Now, this LZ run was a pain in the ass on the veteran. I had to figure out a strategy with the 3 remaining flashbangs I had, because there was no option of cleaning those guys up. I was also pressured from behind, because of course the area was not clear, and more enemies spawn when you need to get out of the level. You just get stuck between a rock and a hard place. Took me 20 minutes for one 100 level, 100 meters segment.
Good. That's one less loose end.
Bible thumps, please. By the way, someone wrote something about a laptop that's also gone. I've got a clip somewhere on my channel where a guy in the multiplayer gets the finishing kill with a laptop. If there's someone who watches my channel in the chat, can you please find that clip? It looks really awkward. Yeah, all I can remember it's on it's got below 20 views, I think. Okay, so enemy of my enemy is very fast. It only takes 2 minutes and something seconds to run, because it's basically point A to point B plus a little bit of shooting from the back of an UAZ. Ain't much to do here. For some reason, before you kill those two guys, the inside of the plane is inaccessible and you can't go any further. So you have to kill both of them. And here we are.
I'm taking off in 1 minute. You better hurry if you want right out of here. We can use their comms to listen in on their radio traffic. I'm gonna try and contact Macro. So, we don't have much time. Nikolai's not going to wait around for us. Hurry!
He killed me because I knew too much.
Shepard's a war hero now. He's got your operations playbook and he's got a blank check. Give me what you got, Shepard, and I'll take care of the rest.
So Shepard basically sold out Alan in the No Russian mission. That's why Makarov killed him, because he knew from Shepard that Alan is the inside man, the mole, and he used all this to start a global war, because he wants the army to be victorious, to have a big chunk of budget and stuff. Funnily enough, at this segment I can abstain from driving. The car will always end up in a plane, even if I get my hands off the keyboard and mouse. If I ever get to ESA, I will be able to demonstrate it with a webcam. Just put my hands up and let the car slide, but that's all plans and cloud castles. Okay, we gotta get lucky to have a grenade launcher on one of those guys. If we're lucky enough, this level might go very quickly. If we're not, well, it's gonna take me a little bit of time. See our song. Shotgun? Come on! Nothing better? Really? Really? Sad. Okay, we do this the hard way. ESA when? ESA winter, maybe, if I get enough donations to at least survive there. I've got the plane tickets covered, but I still need some money to just rent the hotel, eat something, you know, everyday stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do here is run past the guy, kill those two, the alarm will be triggered anyways, and now we have to look down on our feet, because that way 4 guys here will despawn, get killed, otherwise we'll have to kill them by hand. Breach and clear. We could really use a grenade launcher here. We don't have one, so have to clear it out by hand. Now we can go. Whoops, didn't jump high enough. Okay, we get an 84, we fire it here. Then we need to get to the door. If we're quick enough, we can breach it Yes, we did it. We can breach it before clearing out the rest of the level. But unfortunately, we cannot switch skip here. We cannot shake off the slow motion because before I picked up this Desert Eagle, I had no backup weapon at all. Because I fired an 84, and when it's used up, it just disappears from the inventory. It doesn't stay there as a dud. So there's just nothing for me to switch to.
Excalibur, this is Gold Eagle. Fire mission. Target package Romeo. Danger close. That's within 100 meters of your position, sir. That's not a suggestion. Send it. Roger. Fire mission. Danger close.
Whatever, we'll just jump right to it. And now we just need to finish the level. As soon as we cross the end level trigger, we become invincible, can't be hurt by anyone. Which is right here. And on to the last level.
They're just around the border. Come on. So get on the boat.
Make 2 jumps to get to the boat before Price. This gives me a fair bit of waiting. Now the chase sequence is basically an auto-scroller. Worst thing that could happen to me here is death. Second worst is getting hit by an RPG, because when I am, the boat gets staggered. And I have to accelerate all over again. What also can happen, but a little bit later in the level, not here, is me running over some stone. In a good case, it will just slow me down. In a bad case, it will flip the boat over and I have to just turn it around and accelerate again, which loses me at least 30 seconds each time this happens. And that if I don't lose Shepard in the process. If he drives too far away, it's a replay from the checkpoint.
We got a chopper on our six. Take evasive maneuvers.
Now, funnily enough, some RPGs can be used to speed me up. Because if they blow up in front of the boat, they slow me down. If they land behind the boat, they can boost me for a little bit. But there's no reliable strategy for this. If you're lucky, it does so. If you're not, well, you're not. I am not. I'm really not the luckiest runner out there. And this happened. We hit the stone. It's almost impossible to drive the boat here on this very segment before we get to another smoother segment. Ow.
Copy that. Warhorse 5-1. Be advised. We're coming in hot.
Well, this just happened. At least we got saved very close to it.
Copy that. Warhorse 5-1. Be advised. We're coming in hot. You're coming in hot. Keep it about 30 knots towards the vertical clearance. Crew going we gotta see it's only 12 o'clock. We're taking a little way around. Hang on.
Always stay enough for him. I can spam AD and he'll still take the shot and make the shot. Now we just walk. And even this part features a little skip. Every level of Modern Warfare 2 features some skip, big or small. And the last level is not... well, it follows suit. So, when we see Shepard, we can spam E to charge after him, which boosts our speed from 80 units, which is the basic walking speed of this part. It quickly bursts us to 490, which is much more than even the best of strafe jumps do.
5 years ago, I lost 30,000 men in the blink of an eye.
Even those little spikes, less than a second,
Watched.
save you a fair chunk of time.
There will be no shortage of volunteers, no shortage of patriots. I know you understand.
Alright, chat, get ready to spam F. I'm gonna need everyone to spam F with me, because that way it might get quicker. But it always has to be a separate entry, because I once tried switching F to the mouse wheel to try and make it pull very quickly, but it didn't work out, because I have to press the button every time. And the spamming mouse wheel just doesn't work for some reason. Okay, let's go for it. Might want to get ready for time, because when we pull the knife and throw it, that's time. Time. .138. Decent run, but I could do better. My PB's 1.5 hour dead. Just 1:30:01 something. Anyhow, this sudden appearance of mine is now concluded. That's it. Everything I wanted to say I've already said at the end of World at War, except maybe a couple shoutouts. So a shout out to the Russian speedrun community, a shout out to the Call of Duty speedrunning community, and a shout out to Shots Fired Marathon